Subject-verb agreement errors happen when the subject and the verb do not match in number. Think of a dance. The number of dancers subject must equal the number of steps verb they take together. A singular noun needs a singular verb, for example, the cat runs, while a plural noun needs a plural verb, for example, the cats run. Complications arise with collective nouns such as team or committee. In American English, they are usually singular, the team wins, but British English may treat them as plural. Indefinite pronouns such as everyone or each are singular, and therefore take singular verbs, for example, each of the employees is ready. Using the wrong form makes the sentence sound off, like saying the data is when data is treated as a plural noun, in formal writing the data are. Tense consistency means keeping the same time frame throughout a paragraph, unless a shift is intentional and clear. Imagine a movie that jumps back and forth between scenes without warning. The audience gets confused. In writing, mixing past and present without reason creates the same confusion. When I was a child, I go to school every day mixes past was with present go. Correct version: when I was a child, I went to school every day. Time reference words yesterday, now, later also signal the tense you should use. If you start a story in the past, continue in the past, unless you explicitly move to the present or future, otherwise the reader loses the timeline. Pronoun antecedent agreement means the pronoun must match its antecedent in number and gender, just like a matching set of shoes. If the antecedent is singular, the pronoun must be singular. Each student should bring his or her notebook. Using a plural pronoun for a singular antecedent, each student should bring their notebook, is a common mistake, especially in informal speech. But in formal writing, it is considered incorrect. Likewise, gender must match. The manager told the employee that he needed to improve is ambiguous. We do not know if he refers to the manager or the employee. Rewrite to clarify: the manager told the employee that the employee needed to improve. Parallelism is the grammatical balance of items in a list or between coordinated clauses. Think of a recipe. Each step should be described in the same way, otherwise the instructions become jumbled. Incorrect: she likes to swim, jogging, and to bike. The verbs are not parallel. To swim and to bike are infinitives, but jogging is a gerund. Correct parallel form: she likes swimming, jogging, and biking, or she likes to swim, to jog, and to bike. The same principle applies to clauses. He went to the store, bought milk, and was returning home mixes past tense with present participle. Rewrite as he went to the store, bought milk, and returned home. Modifiers describe other words and should be placed as close as possible to the word they modify. A misplaced modifier is like putting a label on the wrong box. Example: running quickly, the finish line was crossed by John, suggests the finish line was running. The correct placement is running quickly, John crossed the finish line. A dangling modifier has no clear word to modify. After finishing the report, the computer was shut down. The computer did not finish the report, the writer did. Rewrite: after finishing the report, she shut down the computer. Ambiguous modifiers can create two possible meanings. Adding a clarifying phrase resolves the ambiguity. Prepositions link nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other words, showing relationships such as location, time, or direction. Using the wrong preposition is like taking the wrong road to a destination. Common errors: different than instead of different from, interested on instead of interested in, married with instead of married to. Prepositional phrases also need proper placement. She arrived after the meeting was over. Correct versus she arrived after the meeting may imply she arrived during the meeting. Choosing the right preposition keeps the meaning clear and precise. Articles a and the and other determiners point out whether we speak about something specific or general. Think of an article as a spotlight. A shines on any member of a group, the shines on a particular known member. Errors include using a before a vowel sound, a apple should be an apple. Omitting the when a specific object is meant, please close the door. Or using the before a plural noun that is meant in a general sense. The dogs are friendly when you mean dogs in general. Zero article is also possible. Water is essential, no article because we talk about water generically. Explanation: a comma splice joins two independent clauses, with only a comma, which is like trying to fasten two heavy doors together with a piece of tape. Example: the project was finished, we celebrated. This should be fixed with a conjunction, the project was finished, and we celebrated, a semicolon, the project was finished, we celebrated, or by making two separate sentences. Run-on sentences are similar but may lack any punctuation at the boundary, the project was finished, we celebrated. Use appropriate punctuation to separate ideas. Other punctuation misuse includes overusing commas, omitting needed commas after introductory elements, and misplacing apostrophes. Explanation: numerical expressions need consistent formatting to avoid confusion. In technical writing, use the multiplication sign times and keep spaces around it. 5 times 3 equals 15. The equality sign equals should be followed by the result without an extra period unless the entire expression ends a sentence, in which case place the period after the expression. 5 times 3 equals 15. Avoid mixing words and symbols. Write 5 times 3 equals 15 or 5 times 3 equals 15, not 5 times 3 equals 15. Also, use numerals for precise data. There are 12 participants, and words for numbers 1 through 9 in general prose, 7 days, unless the style guide says otherwise. Active voice puts the subject of the sentence in charge of the action. For example, the analyst prepared the report, while passive voice makes the action the focus and often omits the doer. For example, the report was prepared. In formal business communication, active voice is usually clearer and more direct, which helps the reader know who is responsible. Overusing passive voice can make sentences vague. A decision was made does not say who made it. Use passive only when the actor is unknown, unimportant, or when you want to emphasize the object. For example, the client's data were encrypted, focus on the data. Switching to active voice where appropriate strengthens the writing and reduces ambiguity.